Hello, my friends. Okay, I'm hoping my tripod doesn't get knocked over here. But I wanted to hop on here and do a reading really quick. I know I did one last night, but today's a new day. We're going to do a reading for people who are in a relationship because my cards are dropping. I feel like most of the relationships that are coming out lately have to do with love and new love coming in, which a lot of us want to hear about, but I know the people that are in a relationship also want to know what's going on within that as well. So let's do that. And if anything comes out that has to do with money or career, then we'll address it, right? Okay. So angels, archangels, and spirit guides, what do we need to know for my collective that is in a relationship today, that is currently in a relationship? If you want to get your own private reading with me, you can click the link in my bio. There's multiple options on there as well. Okay, so we got overcoming obstacles. So there's a lot of obstacles within your relationship that you're currently in right now. It says to go back and gain strength from difficult situations, okay? So it feels like whatever this is, or whatever it is that you've been going through, you are coming through on the lighter side of it. There's some sort of expansion going on, so this could have to do with any sort of arguments going on within your relationship right now. So you could be adding on to your business, you could be adding on to your home, you could be building a new home, but you could be adding on to your family, like expanding your family, having another child. So whatever this is, it feels like this expansion has led to maybe just a lot more stressful times. It's saying that you do need to do a little bit of decluttering, okay? Things are starting to get a little out of hand. So you want to make sure and declutter your space in your area. I have so many flyaway hairs today. You can probably see in the window reflection behind me that it's super cloudy today. So I'm going to go get my workout done this morning and try to beat the afternoon thunderstorm that's coming in. So why not, right? People always drive by and look at me like, why is that lady sitting on her porch shuffling cards? Good thing I'm in a circle. Whoa, not too much traffic. Okay, so you went through some sort of hurt or betrayal when it came to this relationship. There's a lot of grief or disappointment that went on. Or this could have been something that's currently going on within right now. So, and you're figuring out whether or not you want to move forward in this situation. And there is something to do with home too. So some of you might not want to leave the situation because you don't know where you're going to live. Somebody might be afraid to get out of the situation because they wouldn't have anywhere to go. And let me tell you, that always finds a way to work itself out. There's always somewhere to go. There's always a situation where things can be made easier for you. If that's the situation you are in, you need to get out and leave. If you are in a situation where there's any sort of abuse going on, you don't feel safe in the relationship, or you need to get out and you don't know how, that's when you start planning, okay? You need to start planning that in your head. You need to start thinking about where you can stay, who has resources where you would be able to stay for a little bit, or opening up a second bank account where you're able to put some money away and save so that it's not just all thrown on you at once. You definitely want to have some money saved up so that if something happens, it's there. It's probably not something you necessarily want to do. Sometimes you have to get out at the last second and you have no choice and you need to go. But other times, if you have time to plan and think this through, the best thing you could do is take like 2 months or 3 months and plan in your head every single day and figure out your next steps, what you're going to do, how much money you're making. For some of you, if you're a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad, you need to figure out your finances, how much you're going to have to spend, how much you need to make per month, and remember about groceries and food and all this stuff. It's never a reason to stay with anybody because you have this fear of doing it alone, and trust me, like, I understand. I've been having to go through that. I'm learning how to run an entire 3-level home by myself, but if I can do it, anybody can do it. So if you're in a situation you need to get out of, definitely get out of that situation. But this feels like whatever this was, whatever this hurt or betrayal was, it wasn't to the point where you walked out the door. This feels more like you didn't know what to do. Like you were so hurt, but you're sitting in this kind of period of limbo of not knowing whether or not you continue on in this situation. There's definitely like a soul connection here, okay? I wouldn't say soulmate as much as maybe twin flame. Twin flames can be a little bit more feisty and toxic towards each other, as to where soulmates, it's like there's almost a connection prior to you even meeting or prior to you even having a conversation. Soulmates can have like telepathic communication as well, where they're able to, which I've just recently found out, they're able to actually communicate prior to even meeting or like having that conversation in person, or whenever they choose to, which is pretty cool. So if you have that type of situation, know how rare it is and how amazing that is, and how that's not something you should let go of easily. But for the rest of you, unless it is that, this is something where there's just a lot of hurt and pain going on. Your angels are telling you that you don't have to decide right now. There's no time limit on deciding. But what you do have to remember is, even though there's no time limit on deciding what you're going to do or when you're going to make this decision, there is a time limit on your life. And there's a time limit on you being unhappy. And there's a time limit on you feeling like you have the right to choose where your life is going, and not leaving that in the hands of somebody else to decide for you, or to finally make up their mind, or to decide whether or not they want you, if that makes sense. So make sure you're the one making the decision. If you want to take your time to make the decision, take your time, but you're losing precious daylight, and we only have this one life to live, so don't take too long. Don't take too long to choose. And the other thing, oh yeah, somebody hooked up and had a one-night stand. Okay. Well, that makes sense, and that's why you would be completely broken. That's why you would feel like you don't know what to do. I can't tell you what to do in that situation. I can only tell you from my opinion that this would never I wouldn't have to think about it. Because it's showing that you're not priority anyways. It doesn't matter if there was alcohol involved or anything. It's just going to lower your inhibitions to do something maybe you wanted to do, but didn't have the opportunity or the means or the excuse to do when you were sober. So, and you're supposed to read between the lines. There's hidden meanings, speculation. So there's definitely like multiple different avenues you could take here. 808 may be significant. But it feels like I can't make this decision for you. I can't. This has got to be you. You got to go within your heart and tell you what your heart's telling you to do. And if your heart's telling you that you don't want to be with someone who could do that to you, then you have that right to start over, and you have that right to find that happiness in someone who would never do that to you, okay? My leg's falling asleep. But hopefully this helps today. I hope you are able to come to a conclusion of like just knowing your worth and how beautiful and amazing you are, whether you're male or female, and that you are the only one that can make this decision. But don't take too long to wait and make it, because we never know what tomorrow's going to bring. We never know what's going to happen in this lifetime, and you don't want to take so long making that decision that you lost half of your time. You lost half of the time where you could be traveling, where you could be together, where you could be meeting somebody else for a specific few of you. So do what resonates with your soul. Do what resonates in your solar plexus, in your body, in your mind. Hopefully this helps. I love you.